Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at LEGOLAND California to bring you the ultimate ride guide. We're going to show you every single ride in the park and tell you everything that you need to know about it. So let's get going. To make this easier, we're going to go land by land and showcase every ride in the land before moving on. We're starting off here in the beginning. Literally, that's what it's called, the beginning. And we're going to turn right and go counterclockwise around the park. And the first ride that we come across is the Coast Cruise. This is a slow-moving boat attraction that's fun for the whole family with no height requirement. You'll get a guided tour through a dozen LEGO displays, including the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, and more. It features a lot of dry humor, which makes the Coast Cruise one of my favorite attractions in the entire park. Right across from that, you'll find one of the most popular attractions in LEGOLAND California, LEGO NINJAGO the Ride. Once again, there's no height requirement to ride if children are accompanied by someone at least 14 years or older. This is a video game style ride that will have you slinging magical balls of energy to defeat the enemy and score points. At the end, you'll get your score and see how you rank against a Grand Master. In the Imagination Zone, you'll find two rides. The first is BIONICLE Blaster. Riders must be at least 42 inches to ride and 4 years old. This is quite shocking to me personally, as it's just a spinning teacups ride, which has no height requirement at all at Disneyland. But perhaps here at LEGOLAND, it's a bit faster. It does seem it, possibly. I also feel like there might be a bit more space in the ride vehicles, which is a big plus to me, of course, but it also means that you'll slide around more, which could be why there's a height requirement. Though, I mean, looking at it, still, it seems pretty tame. Next door, you'll find another one of LEGOLAND California's most popular rides, the LEGO TECHNIC Coaster. This is a wild mouth style attraction and is the largest, most thrilling ride in the whole park. It doesn't get any more intense than this, so use this as a good benchmark for your family. It also features a 42-inch height requirement with an age minimum of 4 years old. Next up is the Land of Adventure. This area of the park features one major attraction and a variety of smaller ones. The first ride you're likely to see walking into the park from the TECHNIC coaster is Lost Kingdom Adventure. This ride features a 30-inch height requirement and is a lot like laser tag. Each party member will receive a laser gun, and your goal is to shoot the targets in the slow-moving dark ride. You get a score at the end to see how you stacked up against your family members. As soon as you exit Lost Kingdom Adventure, you come across Cargo Ace. This is a small airplane-type ride that features no height requirement, provided an adult accompanies the child. Children must be a minimum of 36 inches to ride alone. It's a pretty simple and small attraction, but my kids love it when they get a chance to ride it. Right across from that is Beetle Bounce. Now this is a bit smaller of a ride in the area, and I don't think my kids have ever been on it. It has a minimum height requirement of 36 inches because adults are not allowed on this attraction, so kids must ride alone. It also does have a height maximum of 55 inches. That means that you can grow out of this one. Again, the seats are small, and it's a great entry-level drop ride though for your budding enthusiast. Next up we have Dune Raiders. This isn't a ride per se, but it's listed on LEGOLAND's attraction page, so we'll include it here. When it's open, Dune Raiders is a sack slide attraction with a minimum height requirement of 36 inches. If you're enjoying this video and finding it helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you'd like to save money on your next LEGOLAND vacation, call my friends at Getaway today and tell them that SoCal Disney Dad sent you. Or you can click the link down in the description and use my coupon code to save on their already discounted rates. It's time to leave the Land of Adventure behind and enter Castle Hill. Here you'll find the Dragon, LEGOLAND California's second of 3 roller coasters. You'll start off with an indoor dark ride portion that I'm not allowed to film, so I can't show it to you. But it's got a lot of fun LEGO displays. Then you go through the outdoor coaster portion, which is great fun for all riders 40 inches or taller. Across from the entrance of the Dragon is Royal Joust. This is one of my wife's favorite rides from when she was a kid, and it's some of our kids' favorite rides as well. Kids ride alone on a horse and gallop through the medieval-themed area. It's for this reason that children must be at least 36 inches tall and 4 years of age to ride. This ride also features an age maximum of 12. Sorry, teens. In the Lego City area of LEGOLAND California, you'll find Deep Sea Adventure. This is an underwater submarine ride that will have you hunting for treasure as you seek to become a master explorer. In the water, you'll see a variety of LEGO displays, plus live fish and sharks. Don't worry, Deep Sea Adventure doesn't have a height requirement and is perfectly safe for the whole family. Next up, we enter the Pirate Shores area of LEGOLAND, which actually has quite a few attractions. The first you're gonna come across is Splash Battle. And I mean, just look at that huge, awesome skull rock. Isn't that great? The first thing that you'll notice is that riders have guns that they can shoot water at not only each other, but at the guests outside the ride as well. Thankfully, you can grab your own cannon and return fire at them. Splash Battle has a height requirement of 36 inches and only runs seasonally, meaning it might be closed if you come off season. Behind Splash Battle is a ride that's easy to miss, but it's called Pirate Reef. This ride is shared with the Legoland Water Park and can be enjoyed by guests on both sides. You might be wondering if this is closed whenever the Legoland Water Park isn't open, and you would be correct. It says this area is closed for improvements right now. The Legoland Water Park doesn't open until March 16th, 2024. Be aware you will get soaked. They do thankfully have changing rooms and lockers for you to get changed in preparation for that ride. However, locker rental is $12, which seems a bit excessive for a single ride. Right next to the lockers is the entrance to Captain Cranky's Challenge. This is a rocking and spinning attraction that could be nausea-inducing and frightening for small children, though it only has a 34-inch height requirement. It's a ride I don't go on very often, personally, and I think you can see why. Quite possibly the most popular ride in this area of the park is Skipper School. You might think it's not that exciting to look at, but it is quite fun because you can control and drive the boat completely free of a track. There are barriers, of course, that keep you moving in the right direction, but that doesn't mean that you can't get turned sideways if you're not careful, and a model citizen might need to come and rescue you. This ride has a height requirement of 34 inches. Next, we move on over into Funtown. The first attraction that you'll see is the Funtown Police and Fire Academy. This pits family against family, and you all have to work together. Someone steering, other people will be pushing back and forth to drive the vehicle across the lane. Once you reach the other side, you actually have to get out and put out the fire in the windows with a little water pump. And when you're done, you actually have to get back in your vehicle and drive to the other side. It's a big relay race, if you will, and the first family to finish wins. Children must be 34 inches to ride this ride. Next, we have driving school. There are actually two driving schools, the main one and a junior driving school. The junior version is for ages 3 to 5 with no height requirement. It's a smaller track with less potential for mayhem, while the main driving school is for ages 6 to 13. Sorry adults, you'll have to stick with driving your family car home if you want to do any driving. This is one of my kids' favorite things to do at LEGOLAND California and is a staple for any kid. And lastly for this area we have Sky Patrol. Hop in a helicopter and soar to new heights. You can control the up and down motion as well as turning left to right. It's not super thrilling, nor is it really tall, so this is a ride we often skip, but we've done it a few times and it's a great option if the line is short. Sky Patrol has a 34-inch height requirement. Before we get to Lego Movie World down that path, we're actually going to come across the DUPLO Playtown, which has two rides located in it. The first is the Kid Power Tower, which is just what it sounds like, a tower that you climb with kid power, or in the case of my kids, daddy power. Pull on a rope and you'll climb higher and higher as the ride slowly rotates around, giving you a good view of the whole park. This is a fun one that my kids rarely miss. Right next door is the LEGOLAND Express. This small train ride is really meant only for the littlest of kids, though I've ridden it a few times myself. Come and enjoy it if you like. There's no height requirement for this ride when children are accompanied by an adult. As we enter Lego Movie World, we are very nearly done with this video. The first ride you'll see is Queen Watevra's Carousel. And if I'm being completely honest, this is probably the most uncomfortable carousel that I've ever been on. In an effort to make the seats realistic to actual Lego pieces, they've actually ended up making them really, really stiff. Anyway, it's just a typical carousel, nothing fancy. There's no height requirement here. I did just notice while I was waiting for the ride, though, that they're making even the adults wear a seatbelt, which I don't think I've ever encountered on any other carousel, really anywhere. Next is Unikitty's Disco Drop. Do you remember Beetle Bounce? Yeah, this is so much more intense than that. It's a drop ride on steroids, and I love it. Not only do you drop, but you spin as well. The spinning isn't so bad, as it is a slow rotation, as you can see, but it adds a flavor of uniqueness to the standard drop ride format. This one never ceases to get me laughing with joy. Unikitty's Disco Drop has a minimum height requirement of 40 inches. When you enter Lego Movie World, it's kind of hard to miss this giant pink cat thing. This building is home to Emmet's flying adventure, Masters of Flights. This is a giant IMAX simulation ride that will have you flying around the various lands of the LEGO movie with bright flashing lights and scents. This one tends to make my wife sick, so be aware of that, but it is a fun attraction with a height requirement of 40 inches. And lastly, we enter Dino Valley, or what will soon become Dino Valley. Currently, 2 rides are closed, but they are planned to reopen in 2024 with a new theme, though no dates have yet been announced. The first ride used to be called Fairy Tale Brook, and the footage you're seeing is of that version of the attraction. It's being renamed Explorer River Quest and shouldn't have a height requirement. I expect it'll be the same sort of ride, but with a dinosaur theme instead of fairy tales. The second ride that's closed used to be called Safari Trek, but will be renamed DUPLO Little Dino Trail. Again, the footage you're seeing is of the old attraction. This is a gentle car ride around LEGO models that I expect will now be dinosaur themed to fit the new area. During construction, Coastersaurus remains open. This is the third and final roller coaster at LEGOLAND California, and is so small that you'll actually go through the whole track twice. Because of this and the fact that they only have a single train, it is very slow loading and features long lines. If you get a chance to ride it, it's still a lot of fun. Coastersaurus has a minimum height requirement of 36 inches. Well, that's all 26 rides here at LEGOLAND California for 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions I didn't answer, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them. Click this video to keep watching. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.